So in this video, we are going to learn how to automate lead qualification with an AI agent. Let's say you're getting some new leads from various sources and you're adding these leads in your Google spreadsheet. Now you have a specific criteria for lead qualification as well, but the manual process of checking or qualifying each and every lead is very tedious and repetitive task. So we can create an AI agent which will automate this process of lead qualification. Now this AI agent will get the new leads as we add the details of the lead in our Google spreadsheet. So after getting the details of a new lead, this AI agent will send the details of the lead to OpenAI with the prompt and the qualifications criteria which we have for lead qualification. After that, OpenAI is going to check the details of the lead and our qualification criteria, and then it will give us a response whether this lead is a qualified lead or not with an explanation as well. And after getting the qualification details from OpenAI, we are going to update the qualification status back into the same Google Sheet in the same row. Now, if you want to learn how you can build this AI agent all by yourself, for that, let me just take you to my screen.
So as you can see, this is my Google spreadsheet in which I'm storing the details of my new lead. Now in this video, we are going to build an AI agent which will capture the new leads which we are adding in this Google spreadsheet, and then this AI agent will basically check that whether this lead is qualified or not. So first, this AI agent will send the details of the lead to OpenAI to ChatGPT, where in the prompt, we have specifically mentioned that what are our lead qualification criteria. And on that basis, ChatGPT or the AI agent will review and judge this lead, and at last, it is going to add the qualification status and the explanation over here back in our Google spreadsheet. Now let me just show this AI agent to you in action. So here you can see that here in row number 3, I have the details of a lead. Let's say from this drop down of action, I'm selecting the action as check qualification. And I'm going to check the qualification of a few more leads. So I have updated the status over here, and yes, here you can see that automatically within seconds, the details of these leads are being sent to the AI agent. The AI agent will review the leads, and on the basis of the criteria which we have entered in prompt, it is basically selecting us and telling us that the lead is qualified or not. Also, it is adding the explanation that why this AI agent thinks that this is a qualified lead or a not qualified lead over here. So in this way, you can see that we have built this AI agent. Now to connect our Google spreadsheet with OpenAI and build this AI agent, we have used Pabbly Connect. And here you can see that we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, just go to your browser and search for Pabbly, pabbly.com/connect. And here you can see that we have reached to Pabbly Connect's landing page. Here we have two options, sign in and sign up free. Now, if you're new to Pabbly, by clicking on this sign up free button, you can set up your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. Or if you're an existing Pabbly user, just click on sign in. After signing in, we will reach to this all apps page of Pabbly. And here we just have to click on access now below Pabbly Connect. And as we click on access now, we will reach to this Pabbly Connect's dashboard. After reaching to this dashboard, we have to create a workflow for our AI agent. Now, before we start with the process of creating the workflow for the AI agent, I'll just go to my Google spreadsheet and I'll just delete the existing status over here of the qualification of the lead. We will just clear this data and we are going to start from scratch. So all you need to have is a Google spreadsheet with the details of your leads over here. After having the Google Sheet, just make sure that you have your OpenAI account, and then now we can start with the process of creating this AI agent of this workflow. Click on this Create Workflow button and give this workflow a name. Let's say I'll name it as AI agent for lead qualification. After naming this workflow, just select the folder of your Pabbly Connect account in which you want to set up this workflow and click on Create. And as you click on Create, here you can see the workflow will open in front of us. Now here in this workflow, we have two different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this AI agent, this workflow works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with the trigger step. Now the idea here is first we have to connect our Google spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect in the trigger step, so that whenever a new row of lead details is added and whenever we change the action over here, when we select the action as check qualification in this Google spreadsheet for that lead, automatically the data of this complete row of this complete lead should be sent to Pabbly Connect, and this AI agent which we are building should be triggered. So for that, here in the trigger step in Choose App, search for Google Sheets and select it. After selecting Google Sheets in trigger event from the drop-down, select the trigger event as new or updated spreadsheet row. After selecting this trigger event, here Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. Now we have to add this webhook URL in our Google spreadsheet to make this connection. And to add the webhook URL, just copy the webhook URL from here and follow the instructions given below over here. Now, after copying this webhook URL, just go to your Google spreadsheet, and to add the webhook, first we have to install the Pabbly Connect webhooks extension. Just go to extensions, add-ons, and click on get add-ons. And as you click on get add-ons, we will reach to Google Workspace Marketplace. Here in search app, we have to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks. And here you can see that Pabbly Connect webhooks. This add-on is already installed in my Google spreadsheet. You just have to install this same add-on, and after installing it, just refresh your Google Sheets once. This is a very important step. After refreshing our Google spreadsheet, once again we'll go to extensions over here, and after coming to extensions, here you can see Pabbly Connect webhooks. This add-on is already installed over here. Just click on initial setup. And as you click on initial setup, the dialog box will appear in front of us. And here in this dialog box, you can see it is asking us three different things: selected sheet, webhook URL, and trigger column. Now here in selected sheet, by default, it has selected sheet 1 because we are on sheet 1 over here in this Google spreadsheet, and we have only one sheet in this Google spreadsheet. Then in the field of webhook URL, as you can guess, we have to enter the exact same webhook URL which Pabbly Connect gave us. Just copy it from here and paste it over here. After pasting the webhook URL, it is asking us for the trigger column. Now you must be thinking, what is this trigger column? So trigger column is basically the last column of our Google spreadsheet in which we are going to enter or update any data manually. So column J is going to be my trigger column because it is the last column in which we are entering any data by ourselves. After column J, we are going to update the data after checking the qualification status using this AI agent. So in column J, we are going to select the action that whether we want to save the details of this lead as draft or we want to check the qualification status. So we are going to enter column J as the trigger column. After entering the webhook URL and trigger column, just click on this send test button. And as we click on send test, it is showing us that the test data is sent successfully. This means the data of the very first row after headers, the data of row number 2 is now successfully sent to this webhook URL to Pabbly Connect. So we'll come to a Pabbly Connect workflow, and yes, here you can see that in our trigger step, we have received the response. And in this response, you can see the details of the same lead which we had in our row number 2 in the Google spreadsheet. So here you can see that we will scroll down. Here you can see that we have the same recent achievement of the lead. We have the same position of the lead. We have the same pain point, last name, interest, industry, first name, email, company, and action. So all of these details are received over here. The details of the row number 2 is received till our trigger column in our Pabbly Connect workflow. Now just go back to Google spreadsheet and click on this submit button. After clicking on submit, here you can see that it is showing us that the setup is configured successfully. We will just close this. I'll just clear the rest of the columns over here for the action section. And then once again, just go to extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks, and select this option of send on event. By selecting send on event, we are telling this Google Sheet, we are telling this add-on that whenever a new row of data is added till our trigger column, then immediately, instantly send that data to Pabbly Connect, to this AI agent. Now the step 1 of building this AI agent is completed, where we have successfully received the details of a new lead from Google Sheets in our Pabbly Connect workflow. Now after this, let's move to step 2. And in step 2, we have to basically add a filter condition in this AI agent, in this workflow. Now we only want to check the status of the qualification of the lead if the action selected in this Google spreadsheet is check qualification. If the action from this dropdown is draft or anything else other than check qualification, in that case, we don't want to basically check the qualification, or we don't want to send this data of the lead to our AI agent and check the qualification status. Now to add this kind of condition in our AI agent, we will just scroll down, come to this action step, and we are going to use a feature of Pabbly Connect called filter. Select filter Pabbly in the action step. After selecting filter Pabbly in action event from the drop-down, select the action event as filter values. Then just click on connect. And after clicking on connect, the first thing it asks us is to select the label. So in this drop-down, here you can see we have a list of all the responses which we have received from Google Sheets in the trigger step. Out of all of these responses, we are going to select this label over here of action over here, that we want to set up a filter condition of action. The filter type will be equals to, and the filter value will be check qualification. So in this way, we are adding the filter condition that if we get the response of action as check qualification over here, only in that case, we are going to send the data of that lead to the next step, to the AI agent or to OpenAI using this workflow. And if the status is anything else other than check qualification, in that case, this workflow, this AI agent will not be continued further. So here I'm going to add the value as check qualification. So if this action is equals to the check qualification, only in that case, the workflow will be continued further. After this, let's click on save and send test request. And because the action which we have selected for this particular lead is check qualification, that's why it is showing us the condition is true. Now, after successfully adding this filter, what we want to do, we want to send the details of the same lead to OpenAI. And using OpenAI, we are going to check whether this is a qualified lead or not. For that, just click on this add action step button, and here in choose app, search for OpenAI. Just select it. After selecting OpenAI, an action event from the drop-down, select the action event as ChatGPT structured AI output. Then just click on connect and select add new connection. Now here, we have to connect our OpenAI account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the API key of our OpenAI account. Now you must be thinking how you can get this API key. To get it, just go to your OpenAI account and then just go to the dashboard. After coming to dashboard, from the left sidebar, go to this API key section and click on this create new secret key button and give this API key a name. Let's say I'll name it as Pabbly Connect. You can give any other name as per your choice. Then just select the project of your OpenAI account for which you are generating the API key and select the permissions as all and click on this create secret key button. And as you click on create secret key, the API key is generated. Copy the API key from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. And after pasting the API key, just click on save. And as you click on save, here you can see that our OpenAI model will get connected. Our OpenAI account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making the connection, it is asking us to select the AI model. So in this drop down here, you can see a list of all the models which we have, using which we can analyze our lead over here. So let's say I will be using GPT-4o Mini as a model. Then it is asking us for the roles. And here in roles, in drop down, we have three options. Either we can send the prompt, send the details to ChatGPT with the user role, with the system role, or with the assistant role. Also, as it is mentioned in the help text, if we want, we can send the prompt to OpenAI in multiple layers of roles as well. So if you want, what you can do, you can just turn this mapping button on, and here separated by comma, you can enter the name of multiple roles over here. Like I'll just clear the default value and I'll just paste it over here like system comma user over here. So as you can see, as we enter comma separated two roles in the field of role, after turning the mapping button on, here you can see that two fields are added. The first field is content system and the second field is content user. So here you can see that because we have added two roles, two fields are added. By separated by comma, if we enter multiple roles over here, like if you want to send a layered prompt with a system prompt and a user prompt and a system prompt and then again a user prompt, you can enter comma separate roles over here and all the fields or all the roles will be added below that. Now here in the field of content system, we can enter our system prompt, and in the field of content user, we can enter our user prompt. So I have already created both the prompts. Let me just enter those prompts over here. Okay, so as you can see, I have entered the system prompt as well as the user prompt. In the system prompt, I have clearly mentioned that you are a lead qualification assistant, and also I have basically entered the specific criteria on the basis of which we are going to qualify the leads over here. So I have just added 2 points and 2 specific instructions, but if you want, you can just basically specify all the details or the lead qualification criteria. And here in content user, we are going to enter the details of the lead like name, email, company, industry, position, recent achievement, pain point, interest, all the details of the lead which we have entered in our Google spreadsheet. Now we have received the details of the lead from Google spreadsheet inside Pabbly Connect in the trigger step. So here from the trigger step responses, one by one, we have to add these details of the lead to this OpenAI action step. And to add the trigger step responses in this OpenAI action step, we are going to use a process called mapping. And the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field of content user, and here in front of name, here you can see in this drop down, you can see a list of all the responses from previous 2 steps. From the Google Sheets trigger step responses, we are going to select the response of first name and it will be mapped. Then we'll add a space and map the last name as well. And similarly, we will use the same process of mapping to map the rest of the details as well. Like we map the email address. Now let's map the response of company. Here it is. Then after that, let's map the industry as well. So this is the SaaS industry. Let's map the position. Then we are going to map the response of recent achievement. Here it is, some pain points. Let's select the response of pain point and the interest as well. So here is the response of interest. So in this way, in user prompt, we are going to enter the details of the lead, and system prompt, we are going to enter the qualification criteria. After entering these prompts, it is asking us for the response format, that in which particular format we want the response, we want the result of qualification from OpenAI. Now, if we keep this field as blank, we are going to get a normal text response, a plain text response, a single response. But that's not the condition over here. In my Google spreadsheet, I want to add two details. First, I want to enter the qualification status as two options. Either it can be qualified or not qualified. I want this particular answer to be clear as that. And then I want the explanation for that answer as well. That why OpenAI thinks that it is a qualified lead or a not qualified lead over here. So here in response format, I want to get the response. I want to get a structured output, a JSON response, or I want two separate responses each and every time. In the first response, I just want one word answers as qualified or not qualified. And in second response, I just want to know the explanation, that's it. Now to get this kind of structured output as a response from OpenAI, we have to tell them the response format to be a JSON schema. So here from the help text, just copy this over here from last, where we are specifying that we want the response type to be JSON schema. And what should be the JSON schema? What are the details included in the response? We have to enter it as a JSON object. Now you must be thinking, what is this JSON schema, what is the JSON object, and how you can create it. Don't worry, you don't have to create it or write it by your own. OpenAI already have a tool using which you can create your JSON structure. Just go to OpenAI, and after coming to your OpenAI account, and after that, just go to this docs section. After coming to docs, from the left sidebar, go to this structured output section and click on this generate button. And here in this pop-up window, we have to basically explain that what kind of response we are expecting. So let's say I want the response for, So here, this is the prompt I'm entering over here. I want response for lead type as qualified or not qualified and a short explanation of that. And then just click on create. Now, as you click on create here, you can see that within few seconds, OpenAI is going to generate a JSON schema to receive this kind of response. And the JSON schema is created. In this JSON schema, we are going to get two options over here, two responses. First one is of lead status, and it is going to basically enter the response, give the response as qualified or not qualified. And second one will be the explanation. Now, you don't have to do anything. Just copy it from here, go to Pabbly Connect, and here in front of JSON schema colon, at last, just paste it over here before the curly brace. And after pasting the response format, it is asking us for the user. Now, if you want to send these details as a unique user or unique response for the monitoring, you can enter a unique identifier or your unique lead ID. But I don't want to do that, so we can just keep this field of user as blank for now. Also, the kind of answers and kind of responses you are getting from OpenAI, if you wanted to basically be more creative or use or do not use more repetitive words, you can twerk the kind of output, kind of response you are getting from OpenAI using max token, sampling type, sampling value, presence penalty, and frequency penalty. So you can just twerk the values over here. But right now, I'm just going with the default responses and then just click on save and send test request. And as I click on save and send test request, here you can see that we have received the response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. In this response, you can see that we have received the responses of two fields. The first response is of lead status, which is a qualified lead. And the second status is of the explanation. So it has basically explained that the lead holds the position of marketing director, which is a decision-making role, qualifying them as a decision maker. So yeah, in this way, because we have added a JSON structure over here and specified that we want the response in this particular format and two different fields over here of lead status and explanation, it is going to always give us the response in this format. Now, after getting the response in this format, at last, we want to update the lead status, the qualification status, back in our Google spreadsheet in these two columns. For that, we will scroll down, click on this Add Action Step button, and here in Choose App, we will search for Google Sheets. Just select it. After selecting Google Sheets, in Action Event from the drop-down, select the action event as Update Row. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here we have to connect our Google Sheets account with Pabbly Connect in the action step. And this time to make the connection, just click on this sign in with Google button. Then after that, here from the pop-up window, select your Google Sheets account. Then just scroll down and click on continue. And as we click on continue, we will see our Google Sheets account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making the connection, it is asking us to select the spreadsheet, that in which spreadsheet we want to update the data. So here in this dropdown, you can see a list of all the spreadsheets which we have in our Google Sheets account. Out of all of this, the spreadsheet in which we want to update the data is named as leads with qualification data. So from this dropdown, we are going to select this spreadsheet. Now in this spreadsheet, we have only one sheet named as sheet 1. That's why in the field of select sheet, we have only one option of sheet 1 and we are going to select that. Then it is asking us for the row index, that in which particular row of Google Sheets we want to update the data. Now we want to update the qualification status and explanation in the same row in which we have the details of that lead. And in the trigger step responses of Google Sheet, we have received the response of row index as well, that the details of the lead is in which particular row. So here from the trigger step responses, we are going to map the response of row index into this Google Sheets action step. Just click here from the drop down, select the response and map it. Then after that, all the columns of data of the details of the lead we have created in the Google Sheet, you can see all of these columns as fields inside Pabbly Connect. But we don't want to update these fields. We only want to update the last two fields of qualification status and explanation. Where in qualification status, we are going to update the same status which was given by OpenAI. So from the OpenAI responses, we are going to select the same lead status and map it. And then here in explanation from the drop down, we are going to map the response of same explanation given by OpenAI. After mapping both of these details, just click on save and send test request. And as you click on save and send test request, here you can see that we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the data which we have mapped over here, the same status of the qualification of the lead is updated in our Google spreadsheet. So let's check it. We will just go to our Google Sheet and yes, here you can see that in this Google spreadsheet, the same qualification status and explanation is updated over here. So in this way, you can see that we built this AI agent which will automatically check the qualification of the lead as we add them in our Google spreadsheet and update the qualification status in this Google spreadsheet as well. Now, after creating this AI agent, what we are going to do, we are going to change the action over here. I'm going to change the action as check qualification over here for 3 of the fields or 3 of the leads. And then for one lead, I'm going to change the status as draft. Now, you will see that the leads having the qualification status or action as check qualification are updated over here. So as we update the action and select check qualification, the details of this lead will be sent to this AI agent. The AI agent will check the qualification status and update the data. But as we select the status or action, anything other than check qualification, as we select the status as draft, you can see that the details of this particular lead is not being checked whether it's qualified or not using our AI agent. So this means the AI agent which we have created is working perfectly fine. So not just these applications, you can build AI agents to connect multiple applications and automate different processes of your business using Pabbly Connect. Also, let me tell you that you will get a clone link of this same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone the same workflow, the same AI agent into your own Pabbly Connect account. And also let me tell you that Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan, and in this plan you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this AI agent, you can just do it for absolutely free.
So if this video was helpful to you, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with others, or if you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can always write us in the comment box below or email us at support@pabbly.com. Also, you can post your queries on our forum as well. And if you want to check the pricing of Pabbly Connect, you can visit this link. So this is it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.